In this video, we're going to show how to create a proposal for a nonprofit organization or NGO, for example. Now, the proposal kit and proposal packs work for any type of business, any type of proposal. So for an NGO, nonprofit type proposal, structurally documents are the same as any other kind of proposal, but you might make some changes to the lists of actual chapters you may include to cover additional information that might be more suited for an NGO nonprofit type proposal. So we're going to illustrate with a couple different design themes. Any of our hundreds of design themes can be used. So we're going to illustrate this first one with our Community One design theme. So whichever design theme you've purchased will be your default design. And as soon as you're ready to start creating a document, you'll click the Document Projects button. And click the Pick Documents. Now this screen is where you're going to select all the chapters that's going to make up your proposal. Now there's thousands of chapter templates. You'll see the most commonly used 40 chapters here on the first screen, but you can get access to all couple thousand chapters through these drop downs. It'll show you different pages of chapters. You can use search by name. You can pull up samples and use the same list of chapters that samples that are included use. You can use the quick start menu. So we'll show all of these options. So by default, like a cover letter, title page, table of contents, an executive summary, back page, those are going to be pretty common for just about any kind of proposal. Now, if you're pitching a project, selling a product or service, or you're responding to an RFP or a grant with a specific set of instructions, that's going to define what body chapters you're going to include. And those body chapters will include anything from all the details talking about your organization, your funding needs, your financial information, details about the project or the products or services, and so on. So if you click the View Samples tab, we have hundreds of samples of completed proposals included. A number of those are going to be nonprofit NGO related. So we can click the nonprofit NGO category, and that'll narrow the list of a couple hundred samples down to, say, 16. And these are just other people who have written a proposal using our package, and they've given us that proposal to use as an example. So these examples are just an illustration of what some other people have done, and you're not limited to what you see in these samples. So we'll just start with the general purpose nonprofit support sample. And we can actually import the text of these samples just by clicking this button here. And you see this is a short NGO proposal. Just got a title page, executive summary, an implementation plan, history. And we can supplement that short list of pages with any other pages. So we need to talk about, say, the goals and objectives. We're going to talk about how the project is going to be evaluated. You know, if we need to talk about the financial information about our company and so on, we can add chapters. You know, if we want to see some chapters that are more specific to nonprofit proposals that are commonly used, you know, we have the thousands of chapter templates organized by subcategories. So if you need to talk about your staff, what your mission statement is, say if you have letters of support you want to include in the proposal, and so on. Once we've selected the chapters we want for a proposal, you can see this list is the small number of pages that were pulled in from the sample and the extra ones we checked off, and we can reorder these. So if we want to move financial information after our company history, for example, And once we're done selecting the chapters for our proposal, we can click out of this screen. We can give our project a title. And this title is just for our own information. Now, if you are responding to an RFP or a grant, you may have been given instructions to follow. Those instructions may give you an idea of the kind of topics you need to talk about in the proposal, and that will guide you to what kind of chapters you will add in that previous screen. Once you're done selecting your chapters, you fill in your name and address information, you're ready to build your document. Okay, now it's generated that document. We'll open it up, take a look at it. And this is using our Community One graphic design theme. Now, if we had filled in the company data and client data screens, data would have been merged into these tags here. And you can see this design theme just has these photographs, and you can swap out all these logos and photographs as well. So you can see all the chapters and the stock text from the sample got pulled in. And you would just start editing this as a normal Word document to finish filling in all the details. Now we're going to switch design themes and show a different kind of nonprofit proposal. Now we have hundreds and hundreds of design themes, so whichever one or ones you've purchased will be selectable in the drop-down list here. Most people just get one design that matches the type of business they're in or that looks good with their logo. So we've switched to the Education number 3 design theme. This is actually good for like nonprofits, schools, things like that for children. And we have many design themes to pick from that cover all sorts of different types of situations. We have energy, green design themes, education, healthcare, medical, and so on. And you can also make your own custom design themes with the Professional Edition. So we're going to start a new project. And this time in the Pick Documents screen, we're going to go over the Quick Start list. So this is a longer list of hundreds and hundreds of additional layouts. And these layouts here are just lists of chapters that hundreds of companies that we've worked with have used for their specific proposals. And these are layouts that are in this system for anybody to use as their starting point. So again, we have these organized by many different types of situations. So we'll just click the NGO nonprofit list. That narrows the list down quite a bit. And again, these are just example layouts to get started with. So we're going to pick a school funding request layout. And it'll tell you right here how many chapters and what chapters are in this particular layout. We'll import that into our project. So this loaded our project with 19 pages. Plus this one happens to have some sample content as well. So you can see the list of chapters, and we can reorder these chapters. We can add additional chapters, we can remove templates, and so on. So even though this list has 19 chapters, you still have the full list of 2,000 to pick from to customize this list to match your situation more specifically. We're just going to go with this pre-made list. And again, if you enter the company data and client data screens, we've left this one blank, but any data you enter in here gets merged into the document during this document assembly time. And once we save the project, the wizard will build this document. And it will get built in whatever design theme you purchased. Okay, now it's generated this document. And you can see it pulled in the actual sample text into the cover letter. And this is using our Education Number 3 graphic design theme. And you can see the list of chapters that we selected for this NGO proposal. And now it's ready to just start editing in Word and finish filling in, customizing all the text. Entering your financial information, funding information, how you're going to use the funds, future funding. These are some common chapters used in nonprofit grant funding proposals, and so on. And we'll illustrate one last design and type of proposal. So we're going to use our environmental number 5 design theme. And we're going to select a climate change research proposal. And again, you see the list of chapters that is selected. And using these other tabs, we can customize that list of chapters. So for example, we can go to the environmental pages of chapters. So let's say we need to add a literature review chapter. And we want to talk about conservation. So you can see out of the thousands of chapters, there's a few pages that are environmental green specific that you can add right from this dropdown. And any situation you want to find chapters for out of the thousands, you can come down to these drop downs. So say if you want to look at grant specific chapters, maybe we want to add a chapter about our tax status, or we want to add a funding request page, and maybe a page about how we're going to fund our project in the future, how we're going to use the funds. So now we're up to 22 pages. And just like before, once we save the project, it will build our Word document. Okay, now we've generated this document. And you can see the environmental number 5 design theme. And the list of chapters we customized for this climate change report proposal. So that is how you can use Proposal Kit and any combination of hundreds of design themes, hundreds of proposal layouts that are pre-made into the software, examples, the library of thousands of chapter templates, to create an unlimited combination of proposals for any kind of situation, including nonprofits, NGOs. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and click subscribe to keep up on the latest proposal writing tips with Proposal Kit.